Back in June 2022, U.S. special departments created a special working group that was supposed to control the usage of military and financial assistance allocated to Ukraine. The observers included inspectors from the United States Agency for International Development, the Department of State, and the U.S. Department of Defense.
Based on the review we have performed to date, we have not identified any instance of fraud or abuse regarding direct budgetary support. From the outset, there is a tiered response and review system in which many different organizations report and conduct their own reviews, starting with the government of Ukraine and the Ministry of Finance. In addition, direct budgetary support to the U.S. government is provided through the World Bank through 3 different trust funds. Nicole Angarella, U.S. Agency for International Development inspector, from a speech at a hearing in the U.S. Congress.
On July 14, 2022, the head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, Andriy Yermak, stated that Ukraine is the most interested in the transparency of the process of receiving military assistance from partner countries, so that no hostile propaganda could interfere with this.
The issue of weapons for our state is a priority. We all see how Western guns, self-propelled guns, HIMARS and other types of weapons are already changing the situation on the battlefield. We need more weapons to liberate the territories. We will not let the Russians win, and we will do everything to drive them out of our land. Our goal is to be as transparent as possible under martial law. All received Western weapons are registered and sent to the front line. Everything is clearly controlled, and now this process will become even more open. Andriy Yermak, head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, on Telegram.
In mid-July last year, the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine created a temporary special commission to monitor the receipt and usage of international material and technical assistance during martial law.
More than a dozen international partners have provided Ukraine with various types of weapons that are already used at the front line. However, Russian propaganda, including those working in Western countries, is actively introducing the thesis about the improper use by Ukraine of weapons provided by international partners. Ukraine must prove to the whole world that the procedures for transportation, distribution at the front, and the usage of international material and technical assistance are transparent and devoid of corruption or other negative factors. From the explanatory note, resolutions on the establishment of the Temporary Special Commission.
The U.S. has created an unprecedented system of control over financial aid allocated to Ukraine. The purpose of the oversight is not to undermine or create doubt about the importance of aid to Kyiv. Such measures should encourage the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden and the Ukrainian authorities to use the funds approved for allocation by congressmen in the most efficient and effective way.
I've supported U.S. assistance because a victory by Putin in Ukraine would further embolden Americans' adversaries. However, it's imperative that the American people know about the existing accountability mechanisms, including third-party monitors such as Deloitte and the robust oversight being conducted by Congress, and in particular this committee. When Republicans took the majority, we made it very clear that accountability will be paramount to continued assistance in Ukraine.
Presenting the draft U.S. defense budget, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin assured of further support for Ukraine. He noted that under the leadership of President Joe Biden, the United States has rallied the world to help Ukraine fight Russia's unjustified invasion.
We think that we do have a good idea of what Ukrainians need to be successful in this fight, and they really did a great job, facing an opponent that is much stronger and better resourced than they are. They fought well, inspired us all, and continue to do so. Bradley infantry fighting vehicles have continued to be delivered recently. The Germans are giving Leopard tanks. There are a number of options to allow the Ukrainians to go on the offensive in the spring when they decide. Lloyd Austin, U.S. Secretary of Defense, from a speech at the hearings of the U.S. defense budget.
U.S. government inspectors found no violations related to the usage of U.S. aid to Ukraine. This means that Ukraine will continue to receive weapons from its Western partners. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Natalia Husak, Volodymyr Штангелов, UATV News.